Hey listeners, this episode's coming out less than 24 hours after this show, so you should probably know, but I'm going to say right here, spoiler alert. If you have not watched The Acolyte and don't want it to be spoiled, don't listen to us talk about it. Thank you. Welcome back to Han Took Shots First. This is episode 2 of The Acolyte. I'm Derrick.
I'm Jack.
I'm Whitney.
This is so wizard. Welcome back. As I said, we're doing episode 2 of The Acolyte, Revenge/Justice.
Woo!
They're all going to be slashed, huh?
Yeah,
I think so.
because
It
it's
looks
Because
like
twins.
it's a two-parter. It's
Yeah.
a two-story in one story.
Exactly.
Two for Grace.
This one also directed by Leslie Headland.
Two for Grace Under Fire.
Ooh, nice.
Written by Leslie Headland, Jason Micallef, and Charmaine DeGreat, which sounds like a fake name.
Yeah, dude, that's my stage name. I'm Charmaine the Great.
When I first saw it, I was like, man, they got somebody who's like an Instagram influencer or somebody.
Yeah.
But Jason Micallef was a writer on a show called Butter that I'm not familiar with, but apparently it had a bunch of reviews on there.
I've
And
never
also
heard
the
of that.
Heathers TV show.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
dude,
watch
you
that.
got your wife so excited, then it dropped it right down. Heather's, let me finish the TV show.
Well, she
You
can get
heard
excited
that?
again. She can get excited again. Charmaine DeGreat was a writer on almost or maybe every episode of The 100 from season 3 to season 6.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, that's how I know that name then.
I love that show.
Yeah. Well,
I did love it. They were tired.
I loved it.
There were
at first.
yes.
Just like any sci-fi show, it's like, well, how do we go? Where do we go from here? How do we escalate?
I haven't seen the last couple seasons because I was
Oh
like,
boy.
okay.
It was one of those things that like, because of who I am, like I have to fucking finish it. It's the final season.
I'm usually like that. I tuned out on that one.
Yeah, I went
it's something me and
longer than he did.
at the time a girl I was dating watched together. So it's like we have to fucking finish it. You know me, dude. I'm here for the long haul, Whitney.
Yes, you are.
But she was
That's
also
my
a
penis's
writer.
name, by the way, is Long Haul. Go on.
She was also a writer on 9 episodes of House of the Dragon.
Oh God,
I didn't watch that.
I
which
tried.
Some people like. I couldn't
Who
care
likes
less.
it?
Game of Thrones
It's got a second
diehards
season.
probably do. Yeah, it's got a second season. Whoever's doing all those fucking yarn work for wigs is gonna be happy. It looks like Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Look, I saw the 10th Doctor
You saw
or
the
11th
doctor,
Doctor
Matt
Smith.
Smith.
in blonde wig, and I was like, I'm out.
Dude, they got this black dude with like white dreadlocks, and that's fine look. This is like a mop head. Like they are not doing this guy justice at all. It's awful. And all the clothes look like you just pulled them out of a package. Because you did.
Rude.
So we open on
Drive over him a couple times. Sorry, go.
They throw some rocks at you while you wear them.
Olega, which is a new planet,
Uh-huh.
as far as I know.
Or
And
it's
May,
an old planet.
No, it's new Star Wars.
and May is basically, she pays this fucking street urchin to help her break into this Jedi temple. And I thought it was kind of cool. So they have the Jedi temple has this little thing that pops out like
Jabba's palace. Jar Jar does not have a palace.
not Jar Jar's palace. I'm sorry.
How dare you? You
Squeeze me.
fucking Jar Jar just squeeze me. Time to dine to Rancor, me so thinking. I'm glad you said that
My
though,
Rancor
because
is hungry.
I'm glad you said that because not only does this droid look like Jabba's, the entire interior gives me Jabba feels.
I
Yeah.
am not recalling anything you are talking about.
The interior of this lesser.
The temple at the
The
beginning
le-
of
the
this
lesser
episode. Or
Jedi
are you
temple.
confused about the Jabba stuff?
Jabba.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so go all the way back to
Episode
Nope.
6.
Let's just stay here.
So the reason I want to bring it up though is because all right, so this one on what did you say the planet was called?
In duo.
No, this is Olega.
Olega. Oleg, 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 Oleg. This is a monastery for monks, right?
Correct.
For Jedi.
Yes.
funny enough, Jabba took his palace over from monks.
Oh,
Like, that is a
do you
monastery.
think this is actually Jabba's?
Well, this
No.
isn't, because this is Olega, not Tatooine.
No, this isn't.
Oh,
And it's funny, those it's just a very similar architecture and monk monastery thing, and that's why and the droid is like almost spot on. This is a 2-eyed instead of a 1-eyed.
Yeah, and this thing, I just like it because it comes out. It's like, hey, little street urchin, get the fuck out of here.
Who
basically?
You little snot-nosed brat. These are Jedi. Move on.
And Maeve plants throws this little fucking timed EMP. Basically,
I'm gonna call it a restrainer bolt.
Okay.
why would you call it a restrainer bolt?
It's something that exists in Star Wars that makes droids behave the way you want them to.
Well, this one just shut him down.
Did you watch Kenobi?
Well,
the door
she
opened.
made it open the door.
Oh.
Did you watch Kenobi?
With them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. Yeah.
I'm a good
Somebody
wife.
puts a restrainer bolt on Princess Leia's droid and it becomes evil. They put a restrainer bolt, the Jawas being them, on R2 to make him behave.
Okay.
It's just something you put on it's a robot shackle.
Okay.
You're now slave to me.
restrainer
Oh, doesn't
bolts-
L3
Restrainer bolts are barbaric.
Yes.
L3 is
Yes.
just ripping
Yeah.
them all off?
Yes.
There
yes.
we go.
Now, restrainer
Okay,
bolts. So that's
got
what
it.
I think this is.
Or she takes one off and then,
And then
says,
it-
"Save your brothers."
What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Fucking start a revolution.
Okay.
But she breaks into the temple to attack this guy who's sleeping in the air.
Tobin?
Master Torben.
Torbin.
Played
He's
by
got
a guy
a wicked
named,
scar down the left side of his
Dude,
face.
played
I
by
want
a guy
to.
named Nick Court, who I didn't really recognize anything from.
He
but-
didn't even make me want to look him up,
He kind
honestly.
of reminded me of the Iron Fist guy.
Uh,
Just that white
Oh.
guy with the blonde wavy
oh,
hair.
yeah. Also from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I can't think of the actor's name that played Danny Rand, but it doesn't matter.
Danny Rand.
Yeah, Danny Rand. I want to know this story. You
I
got
do.
some dope ass scars with a wonky ass eye.
He's got a lizard eyeball now.
He's got a lizard eye. Yeah, I want to. I hope we get that in a
guarantee you
flashback.
It's from that what happened.
I hope so, but I also hope. I
'Cause-
also wouldn't mind if it's not.
Because
If
he's in a
just-
10-year deep meditation.
He could, but it could be just to play devil's advocate. It could be before that. He's a seasoned fucking warrior.
You're not wrong.
So I mean, it'd be cool either way. Just I hope we see it.
I really do.
And if
too.
we do see it, it's going to be what you said in a flashback.
and if we don't, then I'm good with that.
I'll make it up.
Yeah, they don't need to tell us everything, which
Right.
is one of the problems I have with some of the Star Wars shows. Is it's like, well, let me explain everything.
No, here we are having a discussion where it's like, no. I think he got it because he was trying to fuck a Rancor. Like, there's
Oh.
at least like you have imagination to it instead of, well, here's exactly why it was.
I don't think he was trying to fuck a Rancor. That's disgusting. He was trying to fuck one of those things that Gary or not Gary Busey,
Gary Oldman.
Nick Nolte's hanging out with.
Blurg.
and, Blurg. There you go. But she's trying to fight him or kill him. She's like, "Hey, attack me, motherfucker!"
But
and she's
he's
trying to
got-
fight him, and he's got this force bubble around him. This force
Yeah, he
barrier.
does.
It's crazy how sometimes she seems competent and very assassin. Where I mean, she killed Carrie Ann Moss in the last episode, and then she has this line though that makes me laugh every time. She's like, "We have unfinished business. Attack me with your full power." And the first time she said that, she got laughed at. Now she's just getting ignored.
Yep.
Like,
She was only going to say it the once, but she's waiting for a good reaction.
hello,
Yeah.
my name is Inigo Montoya.
So
You killed
I
my
feel-
mother.
You killed my mothers and my sister.
So I feel like it's more than just a bubble. I almost think it's like, in Beauty and the Beast, how the rose is in like a dome cover.
Yeah.
Like it's sealed. That's kind of what's happening. Because when she
Yeah,
does
that's
it,
just a bubble with a long bottom.
well, she's attacking from every
long
angle.
bottom. Wasn't that a
Long
character-
bottom bubbles make the world go round.
Wasn't Bubble Long Bottom a
Neville
character? Oh,
Neville
okay.
Longbottom. But she's going at every angle, like trying to sweep, trying to swoop, trying to go from above, like any freaking angle. So it's almost like a little dome was just
But I mean,
put
it's a
over him.
self-imposed force dome bubble.
Correct.
Bubble dome.
Yeah,
all the same.
force barrier.
Yeah. That covers every angle to the
And
ground.
he hasn't spoken in 10 years.
10 years.
And so we go back to the ship.
Oh, and he's floating.
Yes, he's meditating and floating. We go back to the ship where Osha is with the Jedis, and I'm pretty sure she's trying to bang. God, why can't I remember her name?
Osha's not trying to bang anybody.
What's that girl's name?
Jekka?
Jackie.
Jackie?
I'm pretty sure she's trying to bang Jackie.
What were
Because-
you watching?
Because
Hold on. Let's show your work.
so she mentions that she's a mechanic, And she's like, oh, I thought only astromechs did work on the outside of the ship. He's like, yeah, but I'm a lot more flexible than an astromech and a lot more fun to be
and
around.
a better company. You
Yeah.
know what? He's got a little bit of water in his cup.
Just barley. She's just showing that she is.
Look, she had 2 moms,
Uh,
and she's saying flirtatious things to a female character.
Well, and Jackie is actually pretty. I think she's very pretty.
oh, I mean, I'm not going to. She's way too young, but I'm going to say it. I've always had a thing for the female aliens in Star Wars. I'm like, I want to fuck me a green Twi'lek.
Well, no,
I mean, that's just because you were influenced by Captain Kirk at a young age.
but this Jackie she's got like almost like Darth Maul horns going around.
Yeah,
the
she's
crest.
not.
She's got a weird looking.
She's not
blonde mullet.
Zabrak. We talked about it in the preview. I knew the name of what she's a hybrid.
Mhm.
She's half human and half. And I cannot remember. The only way you've seen this species that she's derived from is if you've seen, I think it's the Clone Wars cartoon. There's a bounty hunter that goes,
not
but
gonna
not that you
happen.
should. Yeah,
She's
I'm not
a feline-human hybrid.
feeling.
Feline.
Hooked on a feeling.
Feline.
Oh.
TH.
Oh, TH. Hooked on a feeling.
A feline. But she's got this beautiful like red and gold eye makeup.
Yeah.
basically.
I like her. I like her look a lot.
Yeah, I still think she's like 18.
I don't care. She's way too young. I'm not 18.
But to go on my point with you, I think she's just trying to be friendly and to be like, hey, I'm a good person.
Could be.
Sure, she's just not talking like that to Yord. Obviously, she's not talking like that to Soul because that's like her.
That's
dad.
your daddy figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is daddy.
But she's not talking like that to Yord.
No.
But he's
Why
an
would
asshole,
you?
so-
Yeah. Why would
She
you?
tried to in the first episode. She's like, hey, stopping to see an old friend, goes to pull out her Pit Boy. And he's like immediately with the freaking.
He didn't pull it out, but
Nope.
he went hand on it. He was like, "What? Easy. What's in your hand? What's in your hand?"
Yeah.
It's just this little thing that goes beep boop bop boop. beep,
It's
boop,
a
bop, boop.
lady bic that I use as a communicator. That's what they used as communicators in episode 1.
Lady Pigs.
Was little lady bigs. Yeah. Go back and watch fucking big ass Liam's Neeson's holding the lady big talking into it.
And we do find out that Vernestra believes the twin story now because Soul is talking to her via hologram, and she believes it too. But in the long run, it doesn't matter because she's like, well, that might be true. She's like, go ahead and check this out. But also in the end, she's like, well, you got to come back here so we can talk about what we're doing. And
Yeah,
I don't
and
trust her.
I disagree with that.
I don't trust her. And I'm not saying she's the bad guy, but I'm saying I don't trust her in the sense that
well, she's a politician.
she's a politician. Thank
Yes.
you. Like, I just.
Who trusts a politician?
Not me.
Idiots.
Everybody.
Bunch of good guys on both sides, red and blue. Galactic or Republic, bunch of good guys.
And then we do meet May's kind of supplier, I guess, this guy Kamir.
Yeah, I got questions about this fake Ezra Miller.
Thank
so real
you.
quick, Manny Jacinto is the actor,
Okay.
and I guess he was in Top Gun Maverick. I don't remember him, but he was in The Good Place. He's Jason.
Is he? I was wondering if it was Jason.
Yeah.
I was like, God,
The
this
guy-
looks
did
like
you ever watch
Jason.
Talk about Blake Bortles?
Yeah.
at the
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah.
he pretended to be a
Oh man, I didn't even spot that was him. That's so good. I think this is another thing that the woke people are going to be kind of mad at. He's very femme. When they're talking at this point in the apothecary, he's got his hands on his back in a very feminine way.
Yeah, a little
his
bit.
hair is draped over his face. It's not. I think it's fine. I think it's a great character choice. But I just know there's going to be people like, why isn't there a white masculine dude running this shop?
I think femme is a great way. I wouldn't say that he would be gay in any way. I just think he's more in tune.
He could easily be
with his-
pansexual.
Maybe that.
Yeah,
He's
it's
the
fucking
next David
Star Wars,
Bowie.
And in
dude.
Star Wars, that just means he has sex with pans, not like things that you cook in.
No,
but like
he
little
is
goats
strictly
with horn,
alien,
with,
is what he is.
Oh, I thought you meant like a robot that cooks.
No, just little goats with flutes.
Oh God.
But yeah, I do like the character a whole
I
bunch.
do.
And I got
And I know
I
we're
got
not
so many
supposed to.
questions because he's manipulative
Super.
to everybody,
Well, if they're
even
not-
including her, and he's a rival to her.
If these questions aren't answered in this episode, you're not getting them
Yeah.
because he's credited for one episode.
That's it.
But also, a lot of the people in the credits don't even have names. Like they have the actor's name, but not the character.
Uh-huh.
So on IMDb, so that could be. It's all a work in progress. There was nothing released beforehand.
Well, okay.
so-
Well, it's also subject to change because it has only released 2 episodes.
I think he'll be back. I mean, if he's not back, we'll get story. Like this whole thing of, because she goes to him and she needs help because she's like, I can't kill with a weapon, so I need poison, and he makes her a poison, and she gets ready to leave, and then she says, it doesn't bode well for us for either of us if you tell the master about this.
Correct.
Dude, you are a fucking baby Sith in training. He gonna tell on you.
Well, and he even says, like, I guess I'll make you this poison, basically, but he's like, but you should really kill at least one of these guys without a weapon. Because that's what the master
Everybody
this,
has
everybody has a weakness.
Everybody has a weakness.
I'm gonna say this a lot during this fucking series. He could be the master.
Oh,
not this one.
He could be the bad guy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
oh, he's got you fooled. He's got you fooled, huh?
I actually kind of really dig that.
I mean, it could. It's
I
not
like
going to do
that
it.
theory.
It's
I
not
think
going to
it's a
do
fun
it.
one.
It's not going
It
to
might
happen.
be the good place doing it for me. I'm like, he's too stupid.
Yeah, he's got you fooled, Derrick.
He's Jar Jar. He's really a Sith.
Darth Jar Jar. He's Darth.
I do like, though, he has a line in here because they're talking about there's 2 more Jedi after Torben.
Uh-huh.
Because this is when we kind of first find out that she's got the 4. But he's like, if you think a sleeping monk is hard, wait till you get to the Wookiee.
Woo!
I was like, there's a Wookiee?
It is going to be tough to kill a Wookiee in general. A Wookiee Jedi? Holy shit.
You mean,
There hasn't been a whole bunch of Wookiee Jedis, but
can't do
mostly
it.
because they don't.
Speak English.
No. Well, first of all, it's basic.
yeah, not English, racist.
You're so earthist.
I am. Sorry.
No, but it's this thing that like the Force sensitive Wookiees would just be shaman in their own tribe.
Oh,
The
okay.
Republic doesn't have a huge presence with them. They have a relationship, but like other worlds, like the Togruta, which is what Ahsoka is, they get identified real quick. Like, nope, you're going to be a Jedi. Boom, go. Kind of thing.
Okay.
The Wookiees, like they may not even know they're Force sensitive. Like, no, she's talking to a tree. That's what
Yeah,
that's
so
what we
that
do.
leads me to believe either this Wookiee Jedi is super powerful, so much so that they could really feel it, or not someone they picked up on Kashyyyk.
Right. Which I almost wish we would have gotten Kashyyyk. We don't have the balls to do that yet.
Not yet.
We don't
It's
have
only
the
2
balls.
episodes in.
We're not seeing Kashyyyk. The Shadowlands are wild. They don't have the money for that.
Yeah, we'll just wait for
Okay.
the Kashyyyk spinoff.
Sorry.
That's
We won't
the
go there
Kashyyyk
tonight.
is the home planet.
Okay.
That's the planet that the Wookiees are from.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we do find out basically the reason that Osha couldn't continue being a Jedi is because she just couldn't come to terms with losing her entire family.
She was 8
Yes.
years old, not too far from Anakin.
Yeah.
Which this
A
is
little
gonna
too late.
this is gonna make sense of why.
They were very sketch about
Yeah.
Anakin.
Like, we tried this a little bit before, and you're really powerful. That's what I like about these kind of things. It's some nerd listening to that and like, that's my story. I write that story.
I kind of dig that, though.
Yeah, I do.
Everything merges together here. Sol, Jekki, and Yord get to Olega.
See, so it just rolls off with me because I'm so used to this shit. I'm like, yeah, fucking, what's so funny, dude? Soul, Jekki, and Yord. What? I don't. Why is your wife laughing at Soul, Jekki, and Yord?
She was already saying, they kept saying Osha and May, and she's like, why couldn't her name just be Hippa?
It was like Osha Hippo.
I know. Like, call OSHA. What is there, like a handrail up or something? Is somebody welding without goggles? Call OSHA.
No, this is the Star Wars universe. Osha is there to make sure there are no handrails.
Can we get those stairs turned into a ramp?
You guys have too many handrails on this giant ship that's
With a
500
void
with a-
in the
There's
center.
a 500-story fall here. We need less
Because
handrails.
it was built by Genosians who have wings. The Force.
Sure, that was. Did Genosians build that underground thing and where fucking Han falls off? Gets thrown off?
Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
It's based off of the Death Star plans.
All right, that's fair. So the people, the
Force.
The Force.
So the humans who were like, we're going to base off these plans were like, well, they didn't put handrails in this.
You know how expensive it is to add handrails to every fucking when you got how many
You can
stories?
put them on this one walkway that goes over a pit of lava.
What about the other
Yeah.
5,000 walkways that go over pits of lava?
Those ones are fine.
You put one walkway with fucking guardrails. You got to put them all with guardrails.
Well,
the
there was
Emperor
only
doesn't
the
have that
one
kind of
walkway.
money. Huh?
There was only the one walkway.
Well, the
That you
Empire.
could see.
It's not the Empire at that point. That's a fair point. It's not the Empire at that point. It's the First Order. They're like a militia. They definitely don't have the.
They're the
funds.
Confederados.
Yes.
Okay.
Once the Confederacy, lost the war, they moved to Mexico and became shitheads.
All right, so you're Jekki and Soul.
Yeah, so Sol, Jekki, and Yord get to Olega, and May is there to sneak in and fight Torben.
Dude, like I said, I can keep this straight. Like this is great for me. Your wife is not able to handle it.
I was fine during the show, but hearing it from my husband's mouth.
Well, when you rattle them all off like that in a sentence.
And they have May or Osha with them, and this little girl is like, "That's the girl who paid me. She just had a hood on." And they're like, "Oh fuck," because the Jedis who were there have this look like, "Wait, should we arrest her?"
Quick little like continuity. It's not continuity. It's just poor writing, I guess, or lazy. They say we had a break-in matching our description. We're gonna go check it out. And when they get there, they're like, "Yeah, someone broke in," and we went. And no one ever saw him. Okay, so what description did you get that matched? Nothing.
No one saw her inside the temple.
No one saw her.
They saw her outside the temple.
These Jedi didn't. The fucking little girl did. And guess who got the information? Jackie. Because everyone's being mean. This fucking heavyset Padawan's like, "Oi, where's the fucking paid you to get the guard?" And he's kind of like, doing that like, "I gotta wring your neck" kind of thing. And Jackie's like, "Hold on. Let me talk to you like a person."
And she gets down to her level.
She gets down to her level. And then, we get all the information. Like, "Oh, look like her without the hood."
Well, these are backwoods Jedis. It's kind of like backwoods police. They're like, "Look, little kid, I'll hit you."
This is like a Southern Baptist lawyer in Georgia.
Your Honor?
Your Honor.
Wait, no.
When I say Your Honor, I mean God. The Honorable Jesus.
But she basically, May gets in while they're waiting to come in, and she's like, "Hey, listen, Torben, you can either confess your crimes to the Jedi Council, or we can end this right now." And she slides the poison over, and he comes out of his little force bubble meditation sleep.
That's when we see
immediately.
the lizard eye.
And he's like, "Okay, cool. I guess I'll just die then."
He says, "Please forgive me."
Yeah.
And then swallows it. Go
He does
bye-bye.
He does say at one point, "I've been waiting for you, May."
Yeah.
So he knew she was coming.
That's what made me think that Indara
Indara.
knew that it was May.
And
I agree with you on that.
I
do.
think Soul is the only innocent one
But-
in the whole thing.
I just like how does Soul not know? Everyone else is like,
Because he was with Osha.
they had
All right,
Soul
all
take.
right.
Maybe we'll find out. But they had Soul take Osha, and then they did whatever they did.
Because it's in this episode.
But Soul does say he saw May die.
Correction. They were together, Osha and Saul, because Osha says it. She's like, "We watched her die in fire together."
yeah.
That's why I'm like, Soul was with Osha the whole fucking
forced
time.
memory manipulation, mayhaps.
But when they're going in, May's baby ghost comes out. That's what I'm going to keep calling it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's MBG. It's fine.
And leads Osha off
A
to
secret way.
different way to get into the thing because they're going the wrong fucking way.
They're taking the
I
long
had to
way
wonder
around.
though, is this fucking ghost? Is this baby ghost? Fuck. Is this baby ghost trying to set her up? Because it
No,
almost happens.
I think it's their. It could be that because I didn't think about that.
I think
but
it's the Force trying to talk to her.
I feel like not
Not the
even,
good
maybe,
side.
Maybe the Force is part of it, but I feel like it's their twin connection kind of thing.
Oh, they're
Because
twinning,
Much
yeah.
like Dana DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Exactly, because May doesn't know Osha's alive. Osha doesn't know May is alive when this all starts.
Osha now knows that she.
And
Yes, but he said
And Osha sees the baby ghost on that ice planet and follows it, and that's when she figures out that May is alive. May finds out that Osha's alive during this episode.
Yeah.
So even though these things are like interacting with Osha in the background, I think it's kind of their connection, maybe being amplified by the Force to give her visions. Because that's not she had the vision on the ice planet thing.
What was that thing they said to each other?
Series of visions.
What was that thing
there
they
is-
said
there
together?
is-
One is the stars. As the stars above, you lie as the sea below. I give you, and you give me.
Yeah, that's damn close if it's not spot on.
Thank you.
Do you like bad movies?
Are you worse people?
Are you an unqualified asshole?
Have
we got a podcast for you.
Come join us as we drink beer and talk shit about bad movies, good movies, just movies in general, really.
One of us.
One of us.
Google gobble. We've done full months on Michael Bay. We do superhero movies. We do old movies, new movies, fucking whatever.
Starting to sound like Cheech when he's in Dusk Till Dawn. We got good movies. We got bad movies. We got kids movies. We got action movies.
We do.
We got it all.
We do have it
You might
all.
not like it all because I guarantee you we didn't.
We have great impersonations. We have bad impersonations.
I mean, look, you like getting a couple beers in you, watching a bad movie, and yucking it up with your friends. That's what we're doing. We have microphones.
You know what? I've got a celebrity endorsement right here. Hey, what do you think about bad movies, worst people? I think it might be one of the best podcasts I've ever heard.
Well, my friend Sly Stone is right when it comes to all the things he's saying about the podcast. There's a sample.
Yes.
So remember to check us out, badmoviesworstpeople.com, anywhere you get podcasts. Follow us on social media. Make sure that you check this shit out.
If you don't follow us, we will follow you home.
'Cause I'll find you. I definitely agree with you. I think that is what the show is kind of pushing down your throat a little bit. That there is definitely a connection. And if one wasn't alive, if we didn't know for a fact that May was alive, I would really be onto your little track there.
I think maybe it was a thing where they were, maybe in an earlier draft, it was more of a long-term mystery of like, well, is May alive, or is this OSHA, or is this whatever?
They shortened it up.
But they were like, look, we've got 8 episodes. We have this kind of story to tell. Let's cut some of that and get into the people stabbing people with lightsabers.
Have we seen them both interact with people at the same time?
Yes. Well, we see them interact.
Like be touched?
Not yet.
What if there is only one person? There's 2 people sharing one body, and when one person is attacking a Jedi, the other one astrally projects themselves to the other people.
I think Amanda Stenberg is a good actor. She's no James McAvoy.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Ooh.
No, I'm excited. There's a lot of possibilities of what they could do with this story, and I'm excited. This is good.
I'm an excite.
I'm an excite.
There's also this upcoming point here where OSHA is with Torben's body when the Jedis find her, and they're like, oh, another dead Jedi with this girl. That's not good. But then Yorb comes out, and he's like, hey, I've been watching her the whole time because he saw her leave.
He's like, I watched her break off.
I don't trust his delivery.
The way he says, we watched it.
No,
I think that's more of like he's trying to be supportive at that point when he says we.
I still know I'm with him.
No. The point that I was going to say is it's like he didn't see it, but he's just like, I'm going to say I saw it. Just to make her innocent.
I had her in my sights the whole time.
It could have been just a bad delivery.
It could have been because he saw her leave and immediately
started following her.
For sure.
But I mean, so that
I still don't trust him, and maybe it's the red herring, and I'm falling for it.
It's that hair. It's not red hair.
And he's not a bad actor, I don't think.
I remember liking him in Russian Doll. That's the only thing I've seen him in. So
yeah, that's
I can't
insane.
compare it to anything
it's
else.
yet to be seen.
But they have OSHA go undercover as May to confront Kamir about, to go and basically try to get information out of him, right? They've got her wearing a wire.
Yeah.
And fortunately for her,
she takes Pip's head off and puts it on her shirt.
Well, fortunately for her, this isn't like these Sith or Dark Force users are not the Mafia. Because this guy didn't sweep her first. Couldn't give her a pat down or nothing.
Whole pat down, dude.
Well, he thought it was her. He thought it was May.
Well, he thought for a second, but I feel like he gave more information than he should have after he already knew that it wasn't her.
Yeah, because fuck May. It's his competitor. He's another possible acolyte.
Okay.
Is what it sounds like to me. They both say master. They're both here doing this mission thing.
I've heard you guys talk about that before, where the master takes 2 and plays them against. It pits them against each other.
Palpatine.
Yeah, there's supposed to be the rule of 2, where there's one person to have the power, the other to crave it.
Yeah, but you need 2 to battle each other.
That's also with Sith, and this guy might not be
exactly.
Sith.
And that's also just a very specific Sith's rule. There used to be a whole Sith empire. There's been different iterations of how the Sith operate. And then Darth Bane at one point was like, hey, we're kind of destroying ourselves. So here's what we're going to do. Everyone leave. Just go wherever you want and do your own thing. But there's 2, a master and an apprentice. When the apprentice gets strong enough, you kill the master, and that's how you raise up.
Then you take a new apprentice, and then you pass it on.
Yeah, but then there's still just the 2 of you. And
well, in that specific quadrant or whatever, he's saying everybody go out, split off. So there's 2.
Yeah.
So there's a master and an apprentice in this system. There's a master and apprentice in this system, and there's
exactly.
You don't need more than 2 when you're
because if you're all living together, eventually it's like, well, I want your power. I'm going to kill you. And the Jedi don't have to kill us.
Because the Sith are like Highlanders.
Yeah, there can be only fun.
They have to cut off the other one's head, or it's Star Wars. They have to cut off the other one's arm, and they get all their power. It's the quickening. It's the quickening. It's the Sith.
No,
the Sithing.
Sidious did it differently.
But I do. It leads to a funny joke in a second. So Kamir I think he's already figured it out at this point. He's like, "Whoa, hey, you
Well, she
killed
says-
Torben without the poison. He will be very pleased." And that's when Soul tells him, like, hold on a second. He's giving us more information.
Yeah.
Because he says some shit. And then this Jedi busts in, and immediately Soul's like, who is he? And Kamir just looks at Yorb and goes, I thought he was with you.
I thought that was a real laugh right there.
Yeah.
I was
No,
just like,
that's comedy done right in a fucking pretty heavy episode.
Well, this is when we get it confirmed that there are 4 Jedi she's after, which leaves, so there's Indara, who's dead, Torben, who's dead.
and we know of a
obviously Soul.
Wookiee, and then Soul is the obvious
And we don't know
one.
about we do know it's a Wookiee.
Yeah.
But he mentions, I think it's here, somewhere around here, someone mentions Kelnaka.
Yeah, which Kelnaka sounds like Chewbacca, so you know it's in the
It's
same
a Wookiee.
race.
I didn't even think about it when I was writing Kelnaka until my phone corrected it to Kelbaka.
I was like,
And I was
ah.
like, got it. Definitely a Wookiee name.
Do you happen to look up the actor that plays?
Oh,
It
yeah.
plays
The
him?
actor who's playing him for the 8 seconds in this episode, if that, is Junis Suotomo, whose name I got wrong. Sotomo. He's fucking Swede.
Yeah,
so I
it's a
don't
tough thing to. At least you're mispronouncing a white person's name.
Junis Suotomo.
He played
But-
Chewbacca anytime Peter Mayhew couldn't. So Peter Mayhew,
Basically-
So he's the
from-
stunt baka.
he's
Well,
a stunt baka.
Basically from Solo on. He's
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
He's a stunt buck.
Because
Well, but
Peter
they
Mayhew couldn't.
They
or-
did have Peter Mayhew on set for
He's the stunt wook.
at least 7 and 8.
Stunt Wook.
Stunt book. They did have him on there, but like Peter Mayhew being at that point probably 80, 70 years old.
He's passed, right?
He's passed, yes.
Yeah.
Rest in pictures, Peter
Rest in
Mayhew.
pictures, bro.
I want to say he died either during or after episode 9. But yeah, they brought this guy in to do anything physical. Anytime you see Chewbacca running or just doing anything that's not sitting, is this guy and not Peter Mayhew.
Well, because in those sequels, especially like and in Solo, Chewbacca's doing a lot more heavy lifting. The
Yeah.
character, the actor, as opposed to the original movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to apologize for sounding like Marky Mark.
Don't fucking apologize for that.
What was it? Rest in pictures, bro.
Oh, rest in pictures, Peter Mayhew.
Wait, you say Suotomo? That sounds Asian.
I don't know. He's
No,
white. Don't worry
he's
about it, bro.
Swedish. You'd like him.
I like
Ow.
that cheese.
I don't know if it's
I just bit my
Swedish. It's some
tongue.
kind of
Oh,
Nordic.
Marky Mark bit his tongue. Oh no.
I don't know if it's Swedish. It's some kind of Nordic, though.
Yeah.
The name is Junis, Joonas.
It might
Oh.
be Eunice.
Eunice. That
It
actually
could
is
be
probably
Eunice.
it's probably Eunice.
Eunice.
I mean, this dude is from
He's
his
a unit.
his IMDb photo. He looks tall. It's an IMDb photo, so I'm not sure, but he's very blonde.
Oh, he's at least 7 foot.
He should probably be in the show Vikings.
He probably has been.
But they have Yord kind of stake out the apothecary shop. Which
Yeah.
they actually say apothecary, which was a
Yeah.
little bit of a shock to me. In
Yeah.
the
Why
Star
so?
Wars universe, I don't know. I just apothecary
Because they call a
is-
mechanic a mechanic.
I understand they have like
Okay.
I understand they have like Jedi Knights and stuff, but it's still
Sure.
like lasers and spaceships and
But there are, well, fuck. All right.
Well,
Clone
apothecary
Wars
does
and other
mean
things do have witches.
well, yeah, like we have the Night Witches or the Night Sisters, which are witches and stuff, but it's just I don't know. Apothecary struck me strangely. Not so much in this weird backwater planet that we're on.
Yeah.
But it was just a weird thing to hear. Like
That's strange. It fit in just fine for me.
it seemed like something where they
I
should
had
throw
no
in a
problem
fake
with
word
it.
like mechnic.
Yeah.
but I think
they
that's
already
where
did-
he's going.
they already
this is
did a fake word.
He's a juice maker.
He's a potion man. But they already did the mechanic, so they're like, you know what? We're good. We can just call it apothecary. It's fine.
She does say that Osha does say that the poison that Torben was
Bunta.
killed with Bunta, which is from her home planet.
Did you hear
And that you
Whitney?
have
Did you?
to-
Sorry, did you hear your Latina come out?
Bunta.
Bunta. Like you started putting accents that don't exist in the Star Wars universe.
She says it needs to be used immediately from being picked. So there has to be an apothecary in this planet.
Yeah,
Like right here. And so
it's
that's
run
when
by
they found
this guy.
because he did kill somebody to take over, right? We found that out in the first episode.
Yeah, or I'm guessing killed him.
He said something.
We just
along
know,
those
like,
lines.
well, why are you wearing those clothes? Like, it's from the guy that runs this shop. I'm trying to blend in.
Yeah.
So if he's not dead, he's gonna
Blended.
wish he was.
Blended.
So we get like an argument between May and Soul, or Osha and Soul about May.
Uh-huh.
Basically, Soul is like, "No, I can save her," and Osha's like, "No, we should kill her." And that's when Soul is just like, "Hey, she wants revenge.
I want to fucking tear you apart.
That's all she wants. She wants revenge, and Soul wants
to save her.
But you can't save her. She killed a Jedi. You can't save her.
You can always come back.
She's killed 2 Jedi.
Star Wars is a story of redemption. Yeah. Fucking Anakin Skywalker came back.
Did he?
Yeah.
On his
Absolutely.
dying
father,
bed.
his fucking son's love saved him from eternal damnation.
His battery was dying, and he threw an old man off a bridge.
Sure, his battery's dying because he threw the old man off the bridge with lightning.
But so then we get Soul and May confronting each other, and it's a pretty cool fight scene. I enjoyed it.
I like this better than like the Carrie-Ann Moss one.
Yes.
It's more fluid.
It is, but
Maybe
Soul
because
is just better.
this dude just has chops.
And I thought about it when we were talking about that, and then we got off to something else. I think maybe hers was a little cut up more too, because it wasn't just Indara and May fighting. There were other dudes at that bar who were trying to get in on it.
Sure.
So it was like cutting back and forth. It's showing the people in peril. It's showing this and that, and you see you're getting less. And it was also making Indara more like mysterious, because she's here, and then all of a sudden she's there, and then all of a sudden she's there. So she's like,
I think Soul's doing
that.
that even better. During this fight scene, dude, there's times where he would grab her foot and hold it, like block a kick, and all of a sudden, like, whoop, he's right behind her.
Yeah.
Like it's just a way better fight scene.
It is a better fight scene.
I mean, I'm not saying I hated it with Carrie-Ann Moss.
No one said they hated it.
Soul was better.
Well, no one here did. Sure, somebody out there hated it. It's a Star Wars.
It's
an Asian guy fighting a black lady. Hate it.
Hated it.
Look, one or both, preferably both of them, should be white men.
Can we at least put white armor on them? Everyone wears white armor.
No, that's only the bad guys in this.
White armor's for good guys.
Yeah. White means
not in Star Wars.
Depends on what side you're on. From a certain point of view, everyone's a bad guy.
Like, no one thinks they're the bad guy usually.
Oh, no. Are we the baddies? We got these skulls and these swastikas on us. We might be the baddies.
Did I just burn a bunch of children? Am I the bad guy?
I am.
But during this fight, Soul basically figures out that she doesn't even know who her master is.
Yeah, he's doing a little probe. I think he's gifted.
And she's yelling at him, "Get out of my fucking head."
Yeah, I think he's gifted with the mind stuff, because other times we've seen, even like Kylo Ren, he's got to make contact with Rey and like do a lot of that is another like high force user, but still,
But also,
it's
he's
a struggle.
basically untrained.
Well, he's got training from Snoke, but he hasn't completed it.
Yeah. I think mind reading is like high school, and he was still like barely finishing elementary.
I would say middle.
Maybe.
He was just learning how to dissect a pig fetus.
That's high school.
Was it?
Yeah.
Not my junior high.
Well,
Well, that wasn't for class. That was just because your teacher thought it was fun.
Oh, wait, you got graded? Something we did.
Wait, yours wasn't alive?
Huh. You didn't go pick out your own pig?
This is when we find out that May thinks Osha is dead, because she finds out that she's alive, and she
This
ends up
kinda
telling
threw me.
Kamir.
Because Soul's she's like, you killed my sister.
To Whitney's point much earlier, it's the master doing this shit to their heads.
I think so.
Because I thought it was definitely May putting in little baby ghosts to Osha, but obviously May doesn't know that Osha's alive. So yeah, baby ghost be damned, it's master.
Yeah.
And
It has to be.
May has the go-to move for Star Wars to get away from these guys: pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
She doesn't
Finally!
do pocket sand.
I know it's not pocket sand,
force
but
blows the ground, and
But she had one hand in her pocket, the other hand was blowing force sand.
it is ironic.
don't you think? And then
I didn't laugh out loud because I was paying attention to the show and taking notes, but in my head I was like, pocket sand.
Anakin would hate
this
That's
shit.
how you get rid of Anakins. You want to get rid of Anakins? That's how you get rid of Anakins.
Yeah, you know what? Anakin is lucky that this chick would have been 132.
Yeah.
Or sorry, like by 140,
Yeah.
50, something.
She's as
I can't
old-
math.
She's as old as that pocket sand.
So as May is trying to run away, she gets run over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and she GTA's that dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
hey,
about-
what happened? You get oh!
You okay, buddy? Bam.
She's on her way to go get a hooker and then kill her instead of fucking paying her.
Well, you pay her first, then you kill her and get at least a third of the money back.
Get your health back, get a third of the money back. You're on your way. You don't get any stars if nobody saw you.
But May and Osha reunite at one point here.
You're alive?
And
I
it's
hate that song.
And it feels so Black Hood.
but they reunite and they have a little conversation, and Osha lets May go. Basically,
She hesitates.
She puts her stunner in the air and goes, ah.
Exactly.
Well, no, she shoots, but misses.
And Soul saw it.
Yep.
But she also immediately goes and shoots again and misses again. And when May drives away. And then...
she put her stunner in the air and went, oh, she loves her so much.
And that's credits, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So May meets up with Khmer. They're talking about getting out of the city.
Oh, that's
to go
right.
to Kofar Grace.
Go for Grace.
Under
Because
fire.
that's where the Wookiee Jedi is, who is Kelneka. And we go to Kofar, and I was excited. I was like, ooh, there's more. We get to Kofar, there's these fucking...
It's
Poachers?
a baby Kashyyyk, dude, because it is like these giant trees. It's like Kashyyyk is huge trees, but under the trees where the Wookiees don't live is death. Just the worst Darklands jungle you'll ever see.
Okay.
Like, the Wookiees are not top of the food chain.
Okay.
So I want Kashyyyk. We got baby Kashyyyk.
I mean, we don't know yet.
Okay.
I want to say in the trailer that we did, the teaser trailer...
I'll bet you we don't.
Yeah, probably not.
I bet you this is what we get our jungle from.
Well, because in the teaser trailer, I remember there was a scene on a planet with a bunch of trees,
Yeah.
but I feel like the Wookiee was with them when they were walking up to the ridge looking out at the trees.
Yeah.
I
It's
bet
gonna
you
be
it's,
this
I
planet.
bet you it's this. I don't think Kashyyyk is so fucking hard to do.
Nah, it's fine.
Only video games.
We have
done
CG, babe.
It.
But yeah, it's like
has
these,
a CG.
we have these two guys
Cancel
talking
it.
in another language. And
It sounds like
Huttese.
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 Haha, see, I'm getting nerdy enough I can identify Huttese.
wow. Ladies up.
No, that's Klingon. Never mind.
You lost it.
So they're talking about what are they talking about? Just,
There's a crashed spaceship. I bet you there's
Yeah.
a hyperdrive that we can scrap.
yep.
What's that sign say? How
You
the
think I
fuck
can
should
read
I
that?
know, dude?
And then this Wookiee
and
scares the shit out of these dudes.
Yeah.
Which a Wookiee would.
Force grabs their fucking weapon.
Their blaster
Yeah.
and just snaps it in half.
Yeah. And then goes to take a nap. The
Yep.
end.
Oh, I'm
Fucking
tired.
credit.
I'm gonna go sleep it off. Using the Force is like ejaculating.
Oh.
Well, I guess we should have done it at the beginning of episode 1. We didn't. We hadn't really discussed how we're going to end these.
It's Star Wars, so it has to be sabers, right?
No, I don't think we do any of that. I just think we talk about general feelings.
Any kind of ratings or
just general feelings.
general?
I would
General
say
feelings?
I was like, I liked it. Not disappointed with it. I think it's fluff. It's 2 episodes of fluff so far.
I am still intrigued.
I'm going to
We have-
disagree. There's a little bit of fluff, but it's just 2 episodes of setup, which is not the same as fluff. We're setting up an entire universe that none of us have experienced.
True.
I mean,
Are you still
outside of
intrigued?
reading a handful of books
Yeah.
that fucking 118 people read? I'm intrigued. I'm really into it.
Like, I can't
No.
wait for next week.
But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm intrigued but apprehensive is what it is. You know, I'm a little worried about dragging, pacing, but I'm also very excited for the 2 that I got.
How many episodes are in this?
8.
Oh, we only have 6 episodes left.
So we're a quarter done.
But I mean, that's no different than all the other Star Wars shows.
I know, but
I think Mandalorian's
that's
had
one of my
10,
problems
but-
with like Ahsoka. They did the same thing. 2 episodes, like, oh, we're a quarter of the way done now. Kind of a bummer.
Well,
Yeah.
wife, what are your thoughts?
I just said I'm super intrigued. Again, I'm not the big Star Wars nerds that you guys are, but I enjoy a lot of the movies. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I don't dislike as much as you guys do.
Because you're not a Star Wars fan.
Exactly. I mean, the Boba Fett one, I was bored with that one.
Well, as you should have been.
So I'm not
I'll
that
disagree
bad.
there,
That
too.
was their intention, I think.
I will 50% disagree with you.
I was bored with it.
There's a solid 50% of that show that's awesome.
I will 20%.
and then there's
disagree with you.
50% of that show that's flashbacks.
There you go. Exactly. So I mean, the best
Which
part,
are actually also kind of interesting.
the best part of Boba Fett was when
When Mandalorian was on it.
yeah, Mando came onto the like
Yes, but that's because we love Mandalorian. Other than that, my favorite part was actually a flashback. It was when he was living with
Episode
the
2.
Tuscans.
Yeah,
Episode
that
2,
one
dude,
was
when
a good one.
when they attacked the fucking Pike train. Great episode.
Fucking amazing.
that was a great episode.
Great episode.
Also, go-karts.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So
love
2 episodes
I love
of
the
8
mod carts.
I
know
was
it's an
in on.
argument we
I hate
had.
them.
I know.
They're
But no,
so
I'm-
un-Star Wars to me. Go
I
ahead.
disagree.
I'm still intrigued, and I think I might join you next week on this episode.
We'll see if we'll let you back.
Okay. I don't know. Just call me, and I'll see if I can drive over.
Hey, Whitney!
I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I think it looks cool.
He's an excite.
I like some slow moving intrigue it's building the story.
Sure, I liked Andor.
I feel like a little bit of this was dragged out, but also you just brought up Andor, even more dragged out at certain points because that's 16 episodes.
That's what I thought too.
And it's great, and it's all espionage intrigue type of stuff, which
Cloak
needs
and
to be
dagger.
slower and dragged out. But Andor could have been 12 episodes. I'm glad it wasn't. But Andor could have been 12 episodes. We could have cut out a bunch of fluff. This is only 8. These are just setting up. I mean, we don't know these people. We don't know this world. We don't know any of the planets they're on.
I know, and my big nervousness is that we're gonna get to know them, and then the season's over, and I gotta wait 1.5 years for another season.
Oh, that's happening.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know it's gonna happen. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's not just a Disney Star Wars thing. That is streaming television age.
Absolutely.
It's like, man, that show was awesome. Like the new season of Open Range or Outer Range just came out, and
I already forgot about that show when you added a second season.
Exactly. She wants to watch it, and I'm like, well, I got to rewatch the first season. She's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, something about a hole, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I remember. I remember a hole, and I remember
I remember the girl is the granddaughter.
I remember Will Patton.
Yep.
That's what I remember. Josh
I
Brolin,
remember
Will Patton,
the female lead's actress's name is Amagoan Putin.
Imogen.
Imogen Putin. That's what I said. Look at her name written down. It looks like Amago Putin.
Isn't it Imogen Putin?
That's what I said.
Imogen Putin.
But I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. We'll see where it goes. There's still plenty of opportunities to drop the ball. We are going to have boring episodes, and I guess it's a good thing to not do necessarily like an episode by episode rating, because I've seen that in the past with things like Mandalorian and Boba Fett, where it's like, or any show that comes out now, you're like, well, this episode was 3 out of 10. It's trash. This episode sucks. Everything is forgotten. Nobody cares about anything. Da 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 da. And you're like, well, this episode was a flashback with a little bit of background information.
Yeah.
Next episode, all of a sudden, you're like, 8 out of 10. Great episode. And it's just like, well, you can't judge a show till it's done.
We're
Correct.
25%
I agree
done
with you with
anyway,
that.
so we're close to being able to rate the whole fucking series.
I'm still just very intrigued. But they're only releasing 1 episode a week now, right?
Now, yeah.
Yes.
Ugh.
So we got 6 weeks.
Speaking of that, for listeners of Han Took Shots First, out in the real world, out in the wider galaxy, as it were, you'll get both. You're getting both these episodes today, as you've noticed at this point, because you're at the end of the second one. But next week will be the second half of our discussion about Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The following week, we will have our coverage of Episodes 3 and 4 on Acolyte. And then the following week after that will be a full episode on Revenge of the Sith. And the following week after that will be Episodes 5 and 6, etc. Because our normal
etc.
Our normal Han Took Shots First is every other week. It's a bi-weekly show, but because of Acolyte, we are interrupting that and giving you a weekly show for the next 8 weeks. 6 weeks. 10 weeks. 100 weeks.
Your mom.
2 episodes forever.
2 weeks. Hey.
First, we have to thank Magilla Gorilla for providing our opening and closing music.
Thank you.
And we have to thank George Lucas for selling Star Wars and letting people make things so we don't have to wait another 30 years.
Thank you.
And we don't have to read them. We can watch them.
Because who's got time to read? I've been Derrick.
I'm always Jack.
I'm still Whitney. May the force be with you.
Always.
Always.